Welcome to Right Step. We're very happy and excited that you chose our product to help you start your business. We developed the Business Startup Checklist to provide you with a handy, all-in-one place for you to find the items you will need to set up your business. The Business Startup Checklist is broken down into 7 sections: business formation setup, financial setup, business setup, marketing setup, operation setup, business operation, and notes. The checklist is editable so that you can add additional sections as you see fit. However, remember, we recommend that the checklist be completed in no more than 90 days from the date of your purchase. As a quick reminder, please continue to watch for our emails. We are always updating our products and providing successful resources for your business. Additionally, our video newsletter provides timely business information based on increasing income production for your business. As a final and quick note, if you do not have the business checklist Word document open, please stop the video here and open up that document. You will need it to follow along with this video. Okay, let's get your business started. As you can see, the business checklist was designed for you to start your business in 90 days. The first section that we're going to go over is going to be the business formation setup. And the very first task that you need to do for your business is to pick your company's name. We think you should put some thought into this. And the reason for that is that this is what's going to tag you, and this is what's going to help people, drive people to your business. Of course, we're suggesting that you start with no less than 5 names to work with. Those 5 names you should share amongst your friends and family to see how they feel about it, what the ring is it catchy, and those type of things. Then after that, within that name, you should have some keywords that are put into it. A keyword is a word that is used to find you on the internet or directory. Some common keywords that are used throughout all internet or directories would be city names, common names, and industry names. So for an example that we put in this section is for the barbecue industry. So if the city that you're in is Phoenix, or your name is Phoenix Big Smoke Barbecue, people looking for barbecue would search Barbecue Phoenix. Your name, Phoenix Big Smoke, would show up. All the keywords in the search are put into your name. That's an example of how you can get a successful name that you will be needing or you will be using when your email opens up and people are searching for you on the web. The next thing you want to do is you're going to have to find your corporate commission. The corporate commission is where you can check the availability of your business name. You want to make sure that you don't put a lot of effort into a name for you to incorporate it, only to find out later that the name has been taken by your corporation commission and you're not going to be able to use it. The next thing you're going to do is form your company. Most of this can be done on the web. However, if you're not comfortable with that, I do ask that you seek legal or financial assistance, either your accountant or your attorney, to help you with your business structure setup. But what we have done on the site, we have helped you kind of answer some questions with some of our links. So some of our links that help you with how to set your business structure up is a link to the SBA. The SBA does a really good job of explaining to you how to choose your business structure, what the common business structures are, and they explain them, what your sole proprietorship, what your partnership is, LLC, those type of things, so that you get a better understanding of what's going on in your company and why you've made the decision that you've made. Of course, we're recommending that all of ours are LLCs, but we're in no way trying to give you legal advice. We just think that that's a good platform for the area for the types of business that we're recommending for our purposes. And then the final thing you're going to need to do in some locations, not in all locations, is you need to publish your company, publish your corporation in the local paper. You can find out all of that through your corporation commission in the state that you're in online, so you know all the requirements. Most of the stuff for starting your own company, especially LLC, is online, and you can do it relatively inexpensively, and they give you great resources to help you understand how to do that. The next section that we're going to go over is going to be the financial setup. The financial setup starts with your employer identification number. Very important number. Once you get this number, you want to make sure that you secure it. Essentially, it's the Social Security for your company. It is what you will use when you're filing for your taxes. It's the number that you're going to need when you go to the bank. Very important number. So what we've done there for you is once you've got your corporation set up and you filed your corporation, you know you're going forward, then we're going to ask you to go and get that the employer ID number. And again, we've given you another link so you can easily get to it. And you'll see it's going to take you directly over to the IRS, and you can apply for that EIN number. And so you can apply online. It's self-explanatory, very easily done. Sometimes it gets done within, once you fill it out, within an hour or so. But you're going to get a download document. I recommend that you actually put it in the PDF format, download it, and put a copy of it in your computer. You are going to need to show this when you go to the bank. And in some jurisdiction, they require it for your incorporation. So it's a very important document. Then you want to treat it like a Social Security number. You don't want this document to get accessed so that someone can use it. So you want to make sure that you're going to definitely secure it. Then you're going to have to do all that information. You're going to need to open up a corporate bank account. And you just need to go to any of your local banks to open your corporate bank account. Most banks require that you show up with your incorporation documents, or they're going to require your EIN number for you to start your corporate bank account. So you're going to need to have those documents in your possession for you to go. Now, you won't have to wait until you're completely finished incorporating, because once you go to the corporate commission of your state and you fill out your first initial documents, you're going to get a document that's going to show these documents have been filed. Usually they send it back to you by email. You can use that document at the bank so you can get your bank account open. The final thing you're going to need to do, and one of the final things you're going to need to do on your financial setup, is you're going to need to open up a payment platform. And again, we've looked at 3 electronic payment platforms for you to take funds. And so we've put PayPal, we've put Square, and we've put Stripe, and we put a link to each one of them. And that's going to allow you to go and check out and read about those payment platforms and see which one's best for you and which one works best for your pocket. Let me do a little bit of administrative stuff that I didn't do to really explain the document a little better. So I'm going to back up and do that now. So you can see on the left-hand side, we're putting tasks down that we're saying you need to do for the start your business. On the other side, you're going to see where it says the person assigned. That person assigned can be you for every last one of these, or if you're working with somebody, you're going to put them down as the person assigned. And then you're going to put a start date that they're actually going to start working on that task. Okay. What we're asking is that you don't put the same start date on all of this, because all of this can't be done at the same time. As you can clearly see, it's in steps that you're going to start your formation process up first. But because you're going to be waiting for that, those formation documents, you're not going to be able to go to the bank and start your bank account. So there's going to be some processes that are going to be done. So you want to start dates won't be the same. But you do want to make sure that from the day you start to the 90th day that you've put these dates in so that you fulfill and you make that 90-day requirement. So then you're going to have your due dates, and your due dates can be pushed back. But you may want to say to yourself, well, I want to get this corporation done in 2 days. So that's going to be your due date. You can always push it back. You don't want to get overwhelmed. If you start getting yourself overwhelmed, just adjust the dates. It won't be a problem. Then you're going to see an in progress document. This is very important. The in progress is once you file for your corporation, and you've went to the corporate commission and you filed your corporation, it's going to be in process. They may tell you it's going to take anywhere from 30 to 90 days. So you would put 90 days on your calendar. And then once you put that on your calendar, you know that you have something in progress that you're waiting for, so you can follow up on it. And then, of course, you get your completion date on once you've completed a task. So at the end, you can look on the side of the checklist and see that everything's been completed and you're totally ready to go. We ask that you use your cell phone to calendar in these dates. So you have your cell phone with you. The cell phone is alarming, letting you know that, okay, you've got to start something or you have a due date coming up. So it keeps you moving forward. We just don't want you to just put it on the paper and walk away from it. We do want you to calendar all of these dates into your cell phone. Okay? Great. All right, let's go to the business setup. In the business setup section, you're going to see where our first thing we're going to ask you is to read the business plan. And in their business plan, you need to make edits. You need to add your logos. You need to make it yours. We have a block that says your company name and a block. You need to edit that and change it to what the name of your company is, ABC Company. You need to edit your state and your city. You'll see that throughout the business plan. Although the business plan is industry specific and we're actually talking about that business that you have selected, you still have to put in your name to make it come alive. Also, you want to read it because in some of the business plans, for example, the beauty plan, it has all the functions of a beauty industry. You may not be doing it. You may only be doing hair products. You may not be doing spas. You may not do pedicures and those type of things. So you want to read the business plan, edit out for the items that you're doing. And then additionally, you want to add in the local kinds of research that applies for your community. What RightStep has done for you in the business plan is we did the national average. So all the numbers that you're seeing in there, that's going to be based on national average. So you need to go in and kind of do a little bit of research yourself so that you can find what your prices are for your community. And some of that research can just be done by you talking to people that you know in your community about your business and the prices they're getting. And you can also use your federal and state agencies. They keep all of this research and you can go to them and they can help you with the filling out the business plan. The next thing is some of the businesses that we've selected, you do need a license. And so what we have done is to make that a little easier for you is, again, we've put another link on the site for you. And that link lets you go to the Small Business Administration and you get a good understanding of which businesses require a license. And it also goes into which states are requiring the license. So you can find out what the federal licenses are. But you can also turn around and look at what your state licensing is. And it tells you exactly how to find your state license. You can go in and get into your state and that way you know what licenses are required for your state. And then you can go to those agencies and start filing for your state license. Okay. The next thing we're going to ask is that you next pull out the Excel financials that have been set in your packet. And again, we're going to ask you again to make the edits, add your logos, your name and state. Then again, you're going to have to add your products in. We've put national products in. You may not be selling those products. You just want to edit them. It's already set up to automatically do the math for you, so you can do all your projections. It's already you're going to get you're going to end up with your income statement, your balance sheet, and your cash flow, your profit and loss. And in the profit and loss, you'll see it's a 4-statement document. Again, once you open it up, you'll see it right there in front of you. And if you need more help, we'll talk a little bit later how you can get a video that would take you through everything there. But they're easy to use and they're set up for you. Okay. And again, the prices that we have in are national prices based on the profit margins are based on nationally. You have to put your local prices in that. Okay. Again, what we've done for you is we do have a book where it's financial statements made easy. And what we do in that book is we give you a good understanding of what your cash flow is, what your balance sheet is. And we've put a link in so that you can go directly onto our website, which will allow you to look at our ebook easy to read format for you so that you can quickly get in there, read it. And as you're reading the ebook, this ebook also comes with a video, just like the ones you have now. So the video is going to actually talk to you about how financial statements are made, how your cash flow works, how your balance sheet works, how your profit and loss works, along with this ebook and this sheet, and you'll have a very good understanding. It's going to be imperative that you know your numbers, so you may as well get off to a good start, and we have resources there for you, and you may as well use those resources. The next thing is you need to find a mentor, and no business is a mountain upon itself. And a mentor is very important. You definitely don't want to waste their time, but you really want to select a person that you recognize, or people have recognized, is the person who really knows your business inside and out. I use mentors even in the business that I'm in at this time, and they have always given more than what's been required. Okay, so what you should just use them. Everyone that we've asked is always flattered when you ask them. We just ask that, remember, our mentors to help you, and let's not waste their time. And this link here is a very good link explaining how a mentor works, what's the difference between a coach, but it gives you an understanding of what you need, and it prepares you when you go to talk to this person about being a mentor for your business. Okay. The next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to order the cards that are going to make your business go. And that is a business card. It's plain and simple. The business card is probably one of the most important pieces that you're going to get. It legitimizes you immediately. It puts something in someone's hand that they can remember your business. So you definitely want a business card, and you want to take your time. And we have articles on your business card. You'll get plenty of them from our email list as for how marketing. You'll also get that in our marketing book explaining how a business card works and how you should be using it. And then you're going to, of course, if you need brochures, you could get them, or if you need coupons, you need to make those up in the hard copy. And then again, the final thing is you're going to have to conduct your city and state competition studies. And that is, you need to find out who your competitors are, where they're going, and where they're doing their business, where they're getting things from. So again, a web search is going to quickly show you a lot of this information. You can contact your state agencies for research. Very easy to find. If you're local, they're keeping all this information. It's done. You can also go to the library and sit down with the librarian and ask them, and they will help you go through and help you with the competitive study. They'll help you either online, and they'll also let you do it on paper. So your librarian is a very good asset for you. And so use all your resources, but this is a very important step. The next part 4 of the sections that we have open for you is the marketing setup. And there we've given you a full marketing plan, which is in the business plan. And in that marketing plan, again, you're going to have to make your edits. You're going to have to add your research, and then you're going to you need to establish some business relationships. And some of my best relationships has been relationships I've had with competitors, people that are actually in my industry. So they're always good, especially if they're larger than me, because when you're a smaller and new business, you can get referrals from them, and that can help you out with starting to get some customers. And then, of course, relationships are going to be friends, family, and some of you may already have some top clients that you may be thinking about. And the next thing you may want to think about is a strategic alliance. A strategic alliance comes when you already have 2 companies are working together to solve one problem. And so what that strategic alliance usually helps out is that you get to share resources from one company to another. It really does sometimes works good when you if you're a cleaning service, you're not going to have all of the products necessary maybe to do all the cleaning that's necessary. If you have a strategic alliance with another person, you can go in with them and say, okay, I'm going to use your water cleanup tool. And through that alliance, that person will say, okay, you can use my tool for this or for whatever it's going to be. And you can share on the project. So you want to look at strategic alliance. And again, we put a little asterisk here when they work for you. And that's what's important. The strategic alliance, it does two things. It's when they work for you, and when they work, you work. That's the beauty of a strategic alliance also. Because you're a partnership in these alliances, as they get work under the alliance, it kind of brings you in to get some work also. Something to look at. Next thing you want to do is you want to get into your meetup groups. Those are all over the internet. You could just you could just do a search for meetup groups, and they're industry specific. Meetup groups, barbecue, meetup food trucks, maid services, and you can get a meetup group, and or you can just do meetup groups, and they have different types. You name it, they're going to have a meetup group that is for you. Very important that you do get into those meetup groups, because a lot of your customers are going to come from those meetup groups. That's where you can actually build a presence and a relationships to get a lot more customers. And we always recommend the Chamber of Commerce chamber group. You get more bang for your buck out of the Chamber of Commerce. Because you're a new organization, you can do what I did, and I'm sure every Chamber of Commerce allows it, is they give you so many visits for free. I believe you should use those free visits. Go there, meet people, get started so you can pay. And then once your business starts making money, you can go back into the chamber and say, okay, here's my yearly dues. But a lot of these chambers, they break down into smaller groups. So you don't have to be overwhelmed with the huge number of chamber members. You can start focusing on a smaller group in the chamber and start working that group. We're here in Phoenix. It's a larger city. And they even break into regional areas from the east side to the west side to the south side. So Chamber is a very good organization, and there's several groups, and they are very good for your business. And then we want you to join your industry group. And your industry group, an example here is the HVAC Association. They meet once a month. But what that does is you get relationships with people that when they get too busy, instead of them saying, we don't have time for it, again, through the strategic alliances that you can build, they'll take the job, turn and call you and say, hey, would you go do this job for us? Or they'll recommend you for people when they get too busy or someone has an emergency. So definitely want to be in your industry group. We feel that through these relationships, you will start seeing customers start come into your business. And they're not something that you want to just start and walk away from. Once you're in there, you want to stay in there, even when you're busy. Because like every business, there's ups and downs. And the worst part of marketing is, you market when you're low, you get work. And when you're busy, you stop marketing and it goes down. You want to keep marketing on an even plane. Marketing is very important, and we will talk about that a lot in this video. And again, we've already said it. You definitely want to find out who your competition is. You got to conduct city and state competition studies. You really want to do that web search. You want to state agencies, and again at the library. You need to know who your competitors are and where they are. That's the problem with businesses today, is that especially when you're a startup, is not knowing what the market cost, what the market prices are. You can solve all that by just doing a little bit of competition study, and that will help you out. Okay. Now, what we've done for you in our marketing is, again, we have written another book with a no fluff marketing plan. It's an ebook and a video. And the theory of that book is you should be marketing all the time wherever you are. And again, we've got a link to our site where you can actually get that ebook should you feel the need. But you need some type of guide that is helping you with marketing your business. It is so very important that you know how you're marketing, what you're doing, and that you've got a plan. And in that plan, you're actually not wasting time. You're focused, and you know exactly what you do. And that's what the no fluff marketing plan does. It helps your business on a shoestring budget, and it's clearly designed just to get you customers. So we definitely recommend that you do get that guide. Okay, so now that you've went through all that, now you're getting closer to getting your operations set up, which is the fifth section. And here is when we talk about your operations setup, is that this is where someone's going to do the work. If you're the only person doing the work, you're still an employee. If it's you and your wife, you have 2 employees. Whoever's involved there, they're all employees. And so this section here is about that. And that is that you need an employee handbook. They're essential. You have to have an employee handbook that explains to people what the rules, regulations are, how to handle things. You just need one. It makes your employees much more competent. It stops you from having to stop and explain every time how you want things to work. So, of course, we have an editable copy of an employee manual that you can get access to. The next thing you're going to need are standard operating procedures. A standard operating procedure is, for an example, are rules of how your business is going to operate. Example is, when someone opens the business up, what's going to happen? What time must the door be open? What time must the lights be on? What happens in the break room? How do we clean it? What happens when a customer walks in? How do we greet them? All those operating procedures we've put into an SOP for you. It's editable, so it puts you a step ahead that you don't have to do this from scratch yourself, and you can get in there and edit, change the documents that meet for you. Also, it has some ideas on other documents that you may want to get. You can cut and paste how you want it, put it back together, and then you have your own standard operating procedure, put your own covers on it, and you're going to be good to go. Another product that you're just going to have to know, in addition to the other financials we talked about, is you need to know your numbers at a glance. This is very important. You need to know what your revenues are, what your profits are, your expenses, compensation, what your margins are, and your inventory. Those are very important numbers. So we've, again, developed a book for you where you can learn how to use those numbers, what you can use as a mnemonic to keep those numbers in your head, and that way you're always on top of your business, even though you're not looking at your balance sheet, your profit and loss, and those type of things. Because you're focusing on these numbers at all times, you'll always have them. Okay. Next thing you're going to want to do is to provide the best customer service. Without customer service, you're dead in the water. Start out with hundreds and hundreds of customers the first day. If your customer service is poor, you're going to lose customers. And that's what you don't want to do. You work too hard to get customers. You don't want to go through the process of having to keep getting customers because you're losing them. And so we've, again, made a customer service manual for you that you can use that talks about how to treat customers, how to speak to customers, how you're going to greet them on the phone, how you're going to greet them when they walk in, surveys that you can use, all those type of things that will help you with the customer. Then after that, you're going to need to set up your letterhead on your envelopes with logos on your computer. I just don't think it's people aren't intense today on a lot of letters and stuff. It's expensive with the stamps and everything. You can set all this up in your emailer and set it all up in your emailer for the return and the replies. So every time you send a message or something, it's branded with your things. You can use it on the phone. So you just want to set that up. Then you're gonna need to purchase your furniture and electrical appliance and other needed equipment. We're recommending for this is go gently used or used. It just is going to decrease your cost, and that's what you're after right now. This is a startup, and you want to do it under a low-end budget so that you're making money instead of spending money. You want to get out within this 90-day period is up. Gently used products that you can perform the service you don't need shiny and brand new. You can get that after you start making some money. Then, of course, you're going to need to develop a brochure with a price list. This can be on your website, but sometimes it's also good to use the Microsoft Office suite, and you can edit them. But what they are is they're always good to have something to hand out when someone says, what does it cost? A user of multiple products that you have. Example for the laundry wash and fold business. What is it going to cost me if I bring a quilt here? What's my whites going to be? What's the colors going to be? What happens when I have soiled products? Those type of things. So if you hand that to the customer who's already used your service, they're going to understand what they're putting in the bags before they get there. And it just increases your amount of usage. So that's very important. Okay. And then again, you're going to hire the employee. And don't forget, if you're the only one working, you are the employee. And the key is you must pay yourself. It is important. There's no satisfaction in working and not getting paid. And I'm not giving you any tax information, but self-employees have to pay. If you're self-employed, you have to pay a tax. So you need to do that by showing what your salary is. Okay. Again, talk to your accountant or your financial advisor and get that set up. But we don't start these business for you not to pay yourself. You must pay yourself because that's where your satisfaction is. And because you're by yourself, you should be looking for every Friday for your paycheck. You may pay your employees every 2 weeks, but because you're an employee owner, you may want to get yours every week, whatever your satisfaction is. But when you work, you make sure you pay yourself. Okay. The final thing we're going to look at, we've already talked about establishing the business relationships as a part of marketing and as a part of your operations setup. They work the same way, and that is that you're going to know your competitors. You're going to find out who your top clients are, strategic alliances, meetup groups, chamber groups, and industry groups. They're the same. Okay, and our next to last category is our business operations. So you've done all the above. You've got the employee policy manuals in. You got the customer services. You got your standard operating procedures. You have your products. You've trained them how to use everything. It's all written in the book. They're ready to go. You're going to, again, train the staff with the books and everything that you've developed. You're going to make sure they've read the book, and then after they read the book, you're going to actually go through the process with them. You're going to play I'm a customer, how you greet me. What happens when I close? What happens what we do with the refrigerator? Take the time and train everybody. Even if it's you and your wife, it still gives you an opportunity to learn how to train a person. So when you do get another employee, you're ready to train them. It won't be your first time doing it. Usually when you start hiring employees, you do it because you're busy. And so that's why if you take the time to train right now before you get all these customers, you're aware of how the system's going to go, and it'll make it a lot easier for you. Okay. And then also you're going to find software to make you smarter and work a lot easier. We have on here QuickBooks as an example for your financial documents. Again, you can talk to your accountant. There may be a better system out there for you that you may want to use. I know banks are providing some of these software packages in your bank account when you open up your business bank account. So look at which one's easiest for you. Sometimes when people make recommendations, it doesn't mean that it works well for you. If you're a very mobile person, there are mobile devices that you can use on your phone that work very well, very quick, and they will watch your business operations as for what's going on. But it's imperative that you use as much software as possible. The more software you use, the more automated you are, the easier your work is going to be, and you can start just focusing on those profits, because that's really where you want to be. And then finally, we've got some notes down here, and you'll probably add some more notes. But the number one note that we have on here is you want to complete this checklist in 90 days. You want to calendar all of the dates that you have your start dates, your due dates on your cell phone. And then, after you fill this document out, give it to someone you trust to keep you honest. Another thing we want to say is stay away from all naysayers. One of the notes, if I had to put another note on here in privacy, is no naysayers. A naysayer is a person who's constantly telling you you can't do it. I wouldn't do that. You're not going to make any money. You're just wasting your time. They suck your energy and your life out of you. Avoid them with a passion. Anyone that has any negative things to say to you within the next 90 days, or anyone who you possibly think may have something negative to say to you in the next 90 days, you're going to avoid them like the plague. Get your business up. This is about your income. You don't need any help from them. Let's get you up and operating. You're going to check the startup checklist weekly. We ask you to calendar a day for that. So if you're a Saturday morning in front of your coffee, go over your checklist to go through it, see if you need to make any adjustments or anything to it. But you definitely want to make this as a part of your life during the next 90 days. Again, adjust and amend the startup checklist once you become operational. There are still going to be things that you can do. You'll be able to cut sections out of it, but you may want to keep your marketing section in there. Some of those areas that are telling you about who you're going to go meet, when you're going to go meet, you may want to expand that and make it into like a marketing calendar so you can go and be places. Again, we're going to ask you to read and amend the business plan. You're going to read and amend the marketing plan. You're going to read and amend your financials. I kind of went over a little too fast for you, but we're going to go right back up there. You're going to check your emails, and you're going to make sure that rightstepstartup.com has been added to your safe list, because we are always amending the business plans that you have. And so as we amend the business plan, you get the new amended business plan with tips from other people of what they're finding, what's going on. In the future, you're going to start seeing our podcasts and our webinars, and then you're going to be able to actually start talking to people in RightStep that have been using these business plans. And so you're going to get tips and hints from them. So we're going to need to make sure that you're getting our emails so we can keep you going. And it also helps for someone to give you a little word every once in a while to keep you motivated. Someone that's reaching out to you to say, hey, look, are things going well with you? Don't quit. Keep going. We have lots of motivational things like that to go on. And it's a link to us. Jay Paul is there. You can email him, and he's ready to email you immediately when you get down or if you have a question or something's not working well. You've got somebody who's there to keep you going, okay? And then we always ask that once you're in this process, you should always learn something that will make your business better every day. You want to be online. You want to be talking to people. Positive people, your mentor, everything that they're saying. You want to find something each day that you're either going to read, you're going to study, you're going to go somewhere that makes your business better every day. Okay? And then, again, you can always contact us for help. Again, we put another link, so you can just come right here, you click it, you get right to our contact form. Here's Bill. I bought your packet this day. This is the help that I need. What can you do? We get right back. Well, our SOP here is 24-hour turnaround. Unless you write us on a Friday evening at 6, we don't work on Saturdays and Sundays, but you're definitely going to get somebody back on Monday or anytime during the week you write. We have someone that's got a 24-hour turnaround back to you, and you get a real voice person that's going to be helping you. If you put a phone number in there, we'll get on the phone with you. It's not a problem. Again, we say that watch out for RightStep's video newsletter. You send it through your email, and what it is it's an opportunity for you to not only just look at something, but you can actually watch videos explaining what's going on in the industry, what's going on with business. But it does a little bit more than that. It also goes into our pillars, our 5 pillars, and that's with your fun, your family, your friends, your faith, your finances, your fitness. So those 5 pillars are also gone over, because it's more than just having a business. You're going to create a lifestyle of success. This business lets you do that, and that's why you're going to be changing your life when you start your own business. And our last note is never ever quit. Don't quit. You may get to that 85th day and you don't have it done, you don't quit. You get to the 90th day, you don't quit. You extend, you put your dates back in, and you get started. You don't let anything stop you. If you're a shy person, you just have to get over it, and you're still going to have to go out there and shake those hands, meet those people, and start your own business, because this is about you. And the last and final word from Right Step, and that is that we ask you to devote yourself to the idea of having your own business. Go make it happen, struggle with it, overcome your fears, smile a whole lot, and don't forget, this is your dream of independence. Take the right step. Go start that business. Have a good day. We look forward to working with you and to hearing about your success.